Right, I'm on Crantock Beach. I'm going to be here a week. I'm not doing any field digging or pasture or ploughed. I'm only doing beaches this week. So I should be doing dry sand and wet sand. A lot of people say the Deus is not good on wet sand, but last time I came here I found a lot, but I found stuff in wet sand, 20 pen species and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it a whirl and see what the results are. So it's hell of a beach. I'm going to check the tide times. This is the first day. I haven't brought the Deus down with me today. So see where I am. Oh, I know where I am, to be honest. I've been here before. But I think I had £17 off this beach last time I came down, something like that, give or take. Going to hit the wet sand. There's a lot of surface and body borders, so stuff hopefully for me have been washed up, for unfortunate for them. Been washed off the wrists, arms, fingers and whatever, out of the pockets. So I'm hoping to find something. I think it's called the gunnel. That runs right the way up. Some crazy woman over there. So we'll see what happens. Moving on. This is 6 o'clock. Give you the date. I'm going to say my videos might not be in order, but this is the 23rd of October. 6 o'clock in PM. I've never noticed that cave before, have I? Crantock Beach. Last time I come, it was slightly different. I think we were having that big storm last year. A lot of the sand and stuff's changed. It said on the board up there that tides altered slightly because this river did not run right way round before. Down there, you say it runs down there, then in. It used to just run straight across. But that's all changed, so yeah. So this basin must be a lot lower. But yeah, I'll give it a swing on here tomorrow, see what happens. Bit of wet sand. There's bound to be something in this. But I'll give it a blast. So if people don't want to so there's no field digging in this, so if you're not interested in beach, like I say, you might as well knock it off now. But I just want to prove to myself and to the guys on there that the Deus can perform alright on wet and dry beaches. I know it does a wet beach mode, but if that doesn't pay off, I'll still give it a bit of a tinkering with and see what happens. Right, I'm out doing a wet beach test with the XP Deus. The wind is ridiculous today, so sorry if the wind's bothering. I've got the control box on my arm. I'm using wet beach mode, and I've got the sensitivity on 97. At the minute, I'm wet in wet sand, as you can see, it's wet. And I've got 40p to now, so yeah, it's very noisy and chattery, you can hear. But it's pulling them coins out, so hoping for gold. Right, I'm currently conducting a wet beach and dry beach test from the XP Deus. I just had to come into this cave because it's really windy, so I do apologise. I have really good success with the on dry beach mode. I'm using wet beach program, so I've got it on my sleeve today. So if I do, it will drop in the sea. So wet beach, and I've got the sensitivity up to about 90 something. If you can put up with the clicking and the tweaking and all sorts of shouting the detectors make and all sorts of different what's it in wet sand, and I don't mean running water wet sand, I mean you dig a hole and it fills up with water. I found 60p up to now. 20 pen, it loves 20 pen species, absolutely loves it. You can say that's proof if you want to have a look. There you go. It's really leathered, these 20s are, but it does work. So you just got to put up with that constant noise it does. We can carry on. The battery's not too good on this camera at the minute, so I do apologise. Should have charged it up before I come out, but I shall be doing more tests later in the week and stuff. and if I get the opportunity, I'll show you what settings I'm using. Ground balance and all that, I think it's just set on the standard. Yeah, it's just on, it says ground balance, it says beach, click yes, and away it goes. So yeah, it is noisy, but it's doing the job. So moving on. Now this is a live dig, I don't know if you can hear me. This is coming up as a 65 on the Deus wet beach mode, right next to the water lake. So there's no water now, it's pretty wet sand though. Don't know what this is going to be. It's definitely in there somewhere. Going. There you go. Sorry about that. It's a £2 piece. I think could be 50. It's a 50. So that's 50s and £1 10 up. I've only been out half an hour. Woohoo! Well, that concludes dig number 1, wet beach mode. I'm heading back in dry, on the dry part, just on here where Deus fast. I found nothing with Deus fast on the dry bit, but I found £1 10 in the wet sand with water underneath, digging it out. Where wet beach mode, there. Wet beach mode does work, so give it a whirl. Big beach, so plenty to be found, surfers and all sorts of shit knocking around. So sorry if there's a lot of wind noise, but it is a really windy day today, so I do apologise. So we're on to part 2, moving on. This is beach test day 1. Most of these coins were found in the dry to wet area of the beach, not actually when you've dug the hole. Well, these were, I'm going to say when you've dug the hole, they weren't filled with water straight after, so I'm classing that as not wet. If the hole fills with water, then it's definitely a wet beach. So tea light candle, bottle top, one of them, that's been sitting there since the 90s, for at least 30 years. They're quite old, bit of tin foil, don't know what that is. So 320s and a 50, day 1.